Hey there, it's me, Yetty. If I tell you how many takes it took me to get to this point, you would pity me, but that's okay. We live and we learn, and I'm excited about it. So, even in the frustration, when you have to take the moments to take a deep breath and just woosah, take that cleansing breath, woosah, and keep it moving. That being stated, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. I figured I'd do sort of a live audio intro just to give you an opportunity to get to know me and what I'm about and why I'm here. And just for me to kind of free for all, chat a bit. I do plan on doing some what I call crochet chats in the future. Um, a lot of times when I'm crocheting, I may have an audiobook in, which is a great way to sort of occupy time or watch a movie. And those are a little bit more challenging. It's kind of hard to focus on what I'm watching on TV while also doing these stitches and making sure I get them right, especially if I were working on something a little bit more complex. But chatting while crocheting, that's definitely, one of those sort of multitasking things that are viable for me. For now, I have not really connected with people in my community who actively gather to crochet and chat and get to know each other, but I'm hoping to. But I figured it would be a good way, doing this on social media, doing it on YouTube might be a good way to start. I enjoy watching crochet videos. I've learned a lot. Shout out to Good Knit Kisses, TL Yarncraft, and Elise Rose. I have learned so much from them. Talk less of a few other people, that I've connected with on YouTube. Learned a lot. I'm new and not new to crochet, and by that I mean I learned how to crochet in basic stitches when I was a kid, about 12 years old. I was in a local community center, and they taught us how to crochet. They gave us hooks, some yarn, taught us how to do the stitches. And I always look back at that experience as sort of something that stayed with me, but only in later in life now have I been able to actually come up and make something of it. Like I picked up crochet this year, several years, few decades later since I learned. And this is the first time I've actually completed projects. Before I would just stitch to stitch, making literally nothing, just trying to, you know, just keep my hands busy, so to speak. This particular project is my current one. I'd say my pace is pretty fast compared to the way I started. It definitely helps to be working with a super bulky yarn and a large hook versus having to squeeze through smaller stitches with a tinier hook. Um, and this is considered a beginner project. The person who posted this project was Bee Hook Crochet. Shout out to her. This is a blanket she said you can get completed in a weekend. And I think I could have gotten this completed in 1 week. I think she said a week, actually. I could have definitely gotten it completed in a week. But life, everyday responsibilities, distraction, realizing that I needed more yarn, all those things factored in has added to it. So I'd say I'm probably 4 weeks into this project. I just started, stopped, got distracted, worked on some other things. And I do have other whips um, and have other hobbies. So, but I am motivated to finish this before Christmas because I have dubbed this my candy cane blanket, as you can tell by the color. And I really love the color. It is really vibrant, very bright, very pretty, and definitely appropriate for this time of year since it's the holidays. Christmas is coming soon. But yeah, Bee Hook Crochet posted a video. Her blanket was blue and white. And I love the blue. I didn't see it in the store. I made a decision. I'm gonna go to Michael's, see if they have it, and take what they have. And they had some gorgeous colors, very fall, pumpkin, spicy type colors, golds, oranges. They had this red. All of those went together really well, but I couldn't quite, quantify all the yarn that I needed for the size blanket with what they had available, except with this red, which is called cranberry. And actually, the brand is a Lime brand, Wool Ease, thick and quick solid yarn. It is super bulky. And the colors are cranberry, that's the red here. And this creamy white is called Fisherman. And I really love the colors together. It's gorgeous. It's probably the prettiest thing I've made so far. Although I did make a beanie a couple months ago that came in variegated colors that were already pre-selected. So those were nice. And I made a beanie last month that was kind of a purple bulky yarn. Honestly, it looks like Mushmouth's cap from Fat Albert. But I love it because it's mine and it's bulky and warm. And I love warm things. Full disclosure, I'm sitting in this cozy spot in my house, and under this blanket that I'm making is an electric blanket because I stay cold. So this blanket is doing its job, keeping my toes warm while I work on this cute, bulky holiday blanket. And I'm in my happy place right now. I am having a ball. And more than anything, I hope and pray this is recording because, like I said, my takes before I started this video, oh my gosh, there were a few takes that did not record, and that's where the woosah was necessary. Anywho, I will drop a link um, in this video for you to go straight to B Hook's page for this particular blanket if you're interested in getting the tutorial. She has a link to her page, her website with the pattern, and I think she also offers a link to the actual PDF of the pattern if you want to download it. I didn't follow the pattern because this is such a simple project. It's a single crochet row by row. I altered it a bit. I think for her, she had it like 13 rows for each color for a total of 9 sections or 9 panels. So like, I think 5 were red or blue in her case, and then 4 were the white. Um, I opted to change it a bit. So I think my panels are 14 rows of the cranberry and 12 of the fisherman color. And to be candid with you, even counting the stitches, I suspect I may have thrown in an extra row somewhere along the way. But I think one thing I love about crochet is that it does not have to be perfect. It is perfectly yours. Um, One of the reasons I got back into crochet, well, really chose to focus on it, is because I do like to do things with my hands. I garden and see my nails. I'm a huge nail art fan. I have a nail tech I go to, but she teases me all the time. She's like, you need to get your license and open a shop because I love nail art. I love trying new things. Um, I love to cook and bake. I just love doing things with my hands. I have a lot of hobbies. And, I am a woman of a certain age. I'm good and grown, almost empty nest. And in getting my life, I have pursued things that bring me joy. And this is one of those things. I know my husband's waiting for me because I started a beanie for him. But when I saw this blanket pattern, I had to jump into it. So though he's like, can I get my beanie? Yeah. So it really does give me joy. Yeah. And I mean, clearly I'm new to YouTube. I'm an avid YouTube watcher. I have dubbed YouTube University because you literally can learn any and everything on YouTube. Case in point, my newly developed skill of crocheting. Like I'm making things. Made a couple of beanies. I made an ugly scarf. I think I have a video of that, so I'll probably share that at some point. It's ugly because the color combos are funky, but I love it because it's mine, so I'll probably wear it out in public because I really am that girl who will be like, yep, but I made it. um, and I'm working on so many other things. I have a lot of saved projects that I want to tackle once I knock this out. But I've learned a few things. Sort of the lingo. I've learned the pattern abbreviations. I am learning patterns. That's a work in progress. I think much of my crochet efforts for the time being will be focused on patterns that I can free for all. Like, maybe measure as I go. Once I get the stitch, I'm good to go. But for the most part, following patterns, been intimidating, but I've learned that when I'm intimidated, then I have to plow forward and get going, right? I have to try because, you know, just do it afraid. I may be intimidated, I may be afraid, but that's the only way to get it done. Looks like I think I'm on row 9 for cranberry. I usually keep track of this on my phone. Um, but I'm recording with my phone, so it's gonna be a little challenging to do that. But yeah, thanks for coming to my channel. I'm looking forward to engaging, hopefully connecting with other people who like the things I like. Um, as I said before, I'm new to YouTube. So initially, I have set up other channels focused on some of my other hobbies. But I think I'm going to keep this on my general channel, which is just the Yetty, and sort of, drop different topics on this channel. So everything is centralized, at least for now. Um, I do have social media accounts for my various hobbies. Those will likely stay separate based on the topic. But I think everything will be in one place on YouTube for now, at least until I figure out how to make this work. Because everything is new, everything's exciting, everything is sort of intimidating because as an avid YouTube viewer, I see great stuff. But one message that has been universal from my learning of becoming sort of a YouTuber and even just engaging with people in my village, in my circle who know more about it, it has just been to start. And so that's what I did. I started. I just put the tripod up, put together a few ideas. I've been documenting all along, but kind of consolidating some of my documentation videos and pictures and just going. And I'm hoping that, it'll expand my horizons. I really do enjoy this craft. And I'm grateful to have been introduced to it at a younger age and at this more mature age, being able to go back to it and find joy in it and just, just enjoying the real satisfaction of creating or making something with my own hands and being able to enjoy the fruit of that labor. So you'll see me do these chats. I'll do crochet chats. I may do nail polish chats. I'll probably do some gardening chats, whatever I'm in the mood for, whatever I'm doing. I love to do jigsaw puzzles. I might do a jigsaw chat, whatever's happening in my world. I love to chat. I love to connect with people. I am very much an extroverted and people person, although I will say I have become more introverted over the years. So I saw something recently that there's a new personality discovered or identified called ultravert or introvert. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. People who are a little bit of both. Um, I see myself more of that nowadays. I think when I was younger, I was definitely super extroverted. But lately, I really do enjoy my own company. I enjoy my own space and being in my own head. And sometimes I stay there too long and I have to pull myself out. Most of it, if not all, everyone's new to my channel, including me. So as you join and subscribe, I say welcome. Feel free to drop in the chat, any comments, any suggestions, any pages you recommend I follow, any crocheters I should connect with, any products that you recommend I use. This is my first time using this bulk yarn. I do love it. It's a bit of it's a mix. It's wool and acrylic. I think it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. Um, it's nice and bulky and stretchy. So, and it's heavy. Even though I haven't finished it, I still have about 4 or 5 more sections to go. It's pretty heavy. So it's definitely going to be one of those uh, comfort pieces, right? Something I can just throw on when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV or, running the fireplace, listen to an audiobook or reading a book. It's just my little cozy candy cane blanket. I love it. I'm so excited about it. Um, but one thing I do ask, and this is for those of you who are knowledgeable crocheters, should I block this? Should I do the whole soak and squeeze and blocking? I feel like the shape of it is pretty set. Um, I imagine at some point I'll probably wash it, just as you would with any other blanket. But as a new creation, should I do any kind of blocking or treatment or steaming to it to set it, or is it okay? Because it's not like it's clothing where I need to set the shape. It's just a blanket. But that is a question I have. I don't recall seeing that anywhere on B Hook's page. I did look a bit when I was reading through the pattern on her website. Um, and I have not seen anyone else talk about that when it comes to making blankets, about whether or not you should block it or do the steam treatment. So I would love to hear from you guys to know, is that something I need to do? Or am I good with it as is? Should I throw in the dryer and heat it? Full disclosure, and that'll probably be a discussion for another day. I did take my skeins of yarn and throw them in the dryer. Bit paranoid about, things that may attach and come home with my yarn. So I've made it a habit to do that. And so far, so good. Thank God. Nothing crazy. But I had a situation where I did that and I forgot to put them in I actually take the skeins and put them in a bra bag so they maintain their ball shape and stay connected, um, stay intact while throwing them in the dryer. And there was this bunch of the fisherman ones, and I forgot to put them in the bag. And it turned into one big, messy, tangled mess. And thank God for my husband. He helped me. He was determined, we're going to untangle this stuff. And he helped me untangle about 5 or 6 skeins of yarn. And that was not fun because I think each one of these skeins is about 107 yards in length. And it took several days. I think it was Thanksgiving weekend. I sat down. I said, okay, I'm going to detangle this. And my husband kept watching me and walking by and looking like, what is she doing? And after a while, he jumped in because he's the type of person who, when he sees a problem that needs to be solved, he's going to help you solve it. And he saved me a lot of frustration. And I was so mad at myself because I forgot to detangle, to put them in the bag so that that wouldn't happen. But lesson learned. I doubt I'll do that again. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by. Hope you stick around. Looking forward to great times together. And I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whatever time of day you're watching this. And I hope it's been pretty relaxing just hanging with me on my little crochet chat. Thanks again for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Here is the final product, our candy cane throw blanket. This was truly a labor of love, and I'm so happy I started and followed this process through. Thanks for stopping by.